Okay, so apparently we're live. I don't know what the fuck happened, but apparently we're live. I don't know if where I got cut off, but I'm gonna have to check how my broadcast is doing. Let me see. Because something happened, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what happened to stream. It just kind of died. But hopefully everything's looking good so far. I'm just gonna double check on my end. Where's my fucking... It's in my pocket. It's in my pocket. I'm just gonna check on my stream. Make sure everything's running. So I don't know where it got cut off, but for some reason OBS kind of just took the shit. Alright, things do look good. So Shimmering Skies is not out yet. Stop being stupid. We'll do Shimmering Sky. We'll do Shimmering Skies when it's out. But for now, shut up and I don't know, be submissive or something. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Okay, it says warning. Okay, everything looks. Let me see. Everything looks fine for now. Okay, I think. All right, so. There was a bunch of nonsense about Shieldfisher. Stream cut out. So now we're here to do what we're supposed to. MLB. No, we don't play. This is a strictly non-Keter zone. That's not true because I played Azel. But today we going to Infinity. Anyways, we're gonna try building early draft Levi-Dross. So, basically what that means is, you know what I can do? I'm just gonna go like this, and we're gonna stick in. I think it's really funny that you have to play Stag Nipper Dragon. MLB is meta. Is it? I think so. I haven't watched DF's new video yet. But I feel like MLB has always been a little bit of a sleeper hit, but it's also hampered by the fact that nobody wants to play it. Yeah, I think it's really funny that you literally have to play the Zero. At least the Zero looks really fucking cool. I'll be honest. Like, all these bug dragons? Shit's my vibe. Anyways, the grade 2 lets you search top 2, I think. I don't know if you guys saw Solemn's tweet about this, but it's very funny that apparently this is the same artist as Inlet Pulse Dragon and that one front trigger. Let me double check. Then... Wait, is it the same? Yeah, it is actually the same. And they're literally in the exact same pose. Like, one arm over there, one arm forward, one arm over there, one arm forward. Yeah, these cards are, like, in the same pose, which is very funny. There's also a front trigger that looks exactly the same. So it's very funny in that sense. But, aside from that, are you going to be fine? Okay, good. Is Inlet good in this? I will say you can play Inlet in this dragon. In this deck. but I don't think it's a good idea. Um, Mostly because I think Inlet Pulse Dragon is no longer a good card. I've talked about Inlet Pulse like multiple times in a few deck profiles, but I think Inlet Pulse suffers from the fact that drawing during the end phase is good if you have something else to back it up with. Because for all intents and purposes, Inlet Pulse Dragon is a vanilla. He's a vanilla in your hands, he's vanilla on the field, he only has an effect during the end phase. So unless you can, like, I don't know, make him threatening with something like Maelstrom, where he can actually attack twice, or Flagberg, where he can actually attack twice, I don't think Inlet Pulse Dragon is good enough to be in any decks right now. I hope he gets retrained, but chances are Inlet Pulse is just gone. He's never coming back. Quintess's Quintuplets. There is actually going to be a Quintuplets video tomorrow. Those of you who are at Locals on Sunday know exactly what I'm talking about. And it is a very fun video. I had a lot of fun editing that video. I guess the question is right now, what else do we play in this deck? So, I feel like the grade 1 15k booster is an automatic 4 of. I think you play... I'm just like thinking about all the other 15k boosters for the other faded ones. I think you can play 4 aerial sages. I don't know if you still keep it that way, but I feel like 15k boosters are just pretty good. So we're going to put in this one, especially since Levidras's 15k booster enables more multi-attack. Counter charge, I am iffy on. I think I'm going to leave it at 3 to start with. Because the problem I'm seeing with this card is that it has to... Oh, it's attacker boost. Never mind. This card is perfect. I was going to say if this card has to boost, that it's not as good because it like takes away one of your attacks. Because obviously you don't want to put it behind the Vanguard. You want to put it behind one of your rearguard columns. But the fact that it's attacker boost is fine. The same column as a marker is a little bit iffy. So maybe. But let's see. Yeah, okay, stream's still looking good. Just a little paranoid. Morpho, I don't think is probably not going to be a good card in this deck. I know he used Blitz Orders in the anime, but if you don't know why Blitz Orders are a terrible idea, go watch my video. That video actually popped off very, very well. I'm really proud of that video. This card I see being okay. This is a triple rare, and I think we play it at 4. Because it's just EV3, add a card, get 5k. And it puts it on top so you can stack triggers. The one issue I have with this card is that skill is on place. So during your turn, if you have grade 3 or more, Levidras. And this also enables its own multi-attack. So I think that's an automatic 4 of. It's triple rare. You're always going to play it. This card is a little more sus, both in art and ability. Because it's on place, CB1 call something. And it has to be in a column. And I think Levidras only creates 1-on-1. Yeah, 1-in-1. So it does kind of conflict with... It doesn't conflict with this too much. It conflicts with this on your first turn. So I feel like this is more of a recovery card. And we play it at like 2 or 3 copies. Because you already want to use CB for Levidras. Sure, you do have this to like... help you, but at the same time, I don't think Revival is as necessary, especially since like it's a good attacker for the late game. Like this is a turn 4 card. You don't really want to see it on your first turn unless you don't see this. Other thing is the order. I think the order is solid because it gives to find the order other than Morpho or just hand draw it. I don't think that the order is super necessary. It feels like a bit of a win more card because it gives you a lot of extra advantage. I feel like if you really want to push for this card, you could play something like the Order Cycler, but maybe this is just me being like a little jaded on order cards, just because I think order cards are kind of bad unless they're like super impactful or your deck is like super necessary. I think I'm gonna put it tentatively at 2, just because it's an overall solid card. EV2 just call something, give it 5k is fine, but it doesn't feel super impactful. I mean, obviously this is a going first deck, so if you use this call like a 5k, it's really good. The other thing I'm thinking about is this deck doesn't use any soul, but it does use quite a bit of energy. So Margaret is probably going to be the go-to here, just to like maintain advantage. Because I foresee this deck being kind of having like, you know, Stoicheia problems, where it doesn't really have a lot of like advantage making. Like all your advantage comes from, you know, putting things on board, which is not hand advantage, and that's where Stoicheia tends to be suffering. So we're gonna put in 4 Margarets, and before I forget, we're gonna put in the triggers. I think we can just go Bless Favor for this. Like, we're not that tanky. Oh, this is the Inlet Pulse Dragon guy. I think we just go Bless Favor, because this Favor is just like generically good. Like in every situation, Bless Favor is good. I'm going to put 1 Bless Favor. I think we should use the new triggers. We should put in some peppers, just to piss off Darren. I hope you're watching. I put those in specifically to piss you off. This is that. I don't think we need soul in crits, because we make a lot of soul just inherently, and unfortunately we don't have anything that like uses soul. Yeah. There's a grade 1 that I was thinking about adding. I was thinking about adding Habitat or Alvin. Alvin might be a solid inclusion, not just because he's going to be a powerful attacker, with because we have this that enables the back row attack that we're almost always going to be using. And unfortunately, I don't think we play Gnosla in this deck because we are like really hurting for CB. Like, yeah, we have counter charge, but it's probably not enough because we're CBing 1 for this. Maybe we're CBing 1 for this. We're CBing 1 for this every single turn, I assume, because we just want to be like swinging as much as possible. So I think Alvin is probably the way to go. My other idea is to go Gobrek, because Gobrek can be pretty good with his you know, guard restrict, and guard restrict is, you know, few and far between on rear guards. So playing it, and like I said, we don't use any soul in this deck, seems fine. Yeah. Let's see. What are we looking for? Oh, we're looking for PGs. Specifically the Bug PG, because I like that one. Like, you could play this if you really want to use the order card. Personally, I'm not too hot on the order card. I mean, like, it's cool if you have it, but I don't think it's, like, necessary. Like, this doesn't really win you the game, like, half the time. I mean, like, it can, but it's also, like, extra revival. Because, like, this is revival. And like I said, a lot of Stoicheia's problems is that they make field advantage. They don't make any other kind of advantage. Let me just play old Elementaria. This one. Yeah. Let me check on the stream. Still going good. Okay. We have 6 more slots. What do we want to fill them with? I feel like I don't want to put more order cards. I think maybe we can bump up the counter charges to 4. I like the idea of having like units to rush in the early game. I'm thinking I might put in some Gobregs. There isn't any support card I'm missing, right? I mean, I could play 4 of this, but I really don't want to break on multiple orders. I could play Habitat, like maybe a 2 of. I feel like I want more grade 1s, though. But the thing is, it's not really a good grade 1. I'd play Kusi, but we already have a 15k booster. This is an idea that I considered because it does get itself off board, and we get things off board. Like, that's the way to convert our field advantage to like resource advantage, which is it's whatever. I'm thinking maybe we just round it off with like 2 Habitat, like 4 Gobreg. There's definitely something better than Gobreg, though. I just don't know what it is. This would be funny. Oh yeah, I forgot Magmas got a new support card. What are we looking for? Oh yeah, these cards are also considerable. Your regards are replaced by our card ability. The problem with these cards is they're kind of CB heavy, which is we don't have counter charge until we get to grade 3. So that's kind of sus. And we always want to have 1 CB by the time we're on grade 3. So this card could be okay, I think. But, like, I have the same problem with these cards. It's just, like, that's a lot of CB. Like, I'd rather use CB. Like, you always want to use CB on this. This also uses CB, and you also need CB to, like, attack from back row. So, sus, I guess? Suspect? Maybe we just play Gobreg. Because, like, this I also consider, because this technically does get 5k. And that second skill is actually generic. So, theoretically, you could attack with this and use its skills to draw a card. The problem with that is, do you want to attack for 20k and draw a card, or do you want to just have a 15k booster? And I feel like the answer is always just 15k booster, right? Also, I don't have a Regalius piece. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a Gobreg. This is also kind of funny, but no, it doesn't really work like that. Gobregs came out in set 3. Yeah, he was like super impactful. I say that, but he actually wasn't. Don't listen to me. What should I play for my Regalius piece? I almost want to feel like Gradius is pretty good. Gradius feels like it'd probably be the best. Like, you just cut Habitat. Honestly, cut this. Just having more Persona rights. I feel like Gradius has kind of just become better as, like, more things are relying on Persona Ride. Like, you're not super relying on Persona Ride to get, like, power, but it helps. Like, having another Persona Ride just helps. Obviously, we're not that. This is potential. This is potential. We could just try playing without. And, you know, see what happens. What the fuck? When did this get in there? 4th Gobreg. I was wondering why I had too many cards. Also, I didn't put in... I'm missing 3 triggers, so... Do we need draws or fronts? I feel like we play fronts? But... No, maybe we play draws, because it feels like this deck... Like I said, this deck probably doesn't make very much advantage. So we're gonna play draws. I have to cut something, though. Gobreg. One more thing. Gobreg. Feels kind of bad cutting Gobreg, but he's kind of in there just as a tech slot. The problem with this card also is that I think maybe I cut it down, honestly, because this card is only a 13k booster. If it's attacking from back row, it doesn't get anything. Also, like, Infinity Eyes markers only work for attacking and not boosting. They're not like force markers particularly. But I guess let's Levy Dross. How do you spell it? Dross. I guess we can take this deck in. I'm probably gonna fuck it up, but hopefully not too badly. Anyways, let's go back. Who are we playing as today? Yosume Joy. He was all about great nature, and this is all about knowledge. There's a lot of people here. How much do you want to bet like half these people are trying to test Levy Dross as well? Why not Inlet? Because I think Inlet is a bad card now. It is too slow and too bad. See this hand, and I think we bot deck everything that isn't Persona Ride. I mean, this is probably just a mirror match, right? Okay. Yeah, see, I told you everyone else is going to be trying out this deck. Okay, let's go ahead and draw. I can honestly just, I think I just pitched the heat. Honestly, that feels so bad. Ride. Charge 3. Draw for going second. Wow. I have nothing. I just drew into everything. Oh, is he just attacking? I'm gonna guard here. Yeah. Let's guard. That was really fast of him. If your soul is in, you're right without discarding. Okay, so that's just ride for free. So, you know, maybe Margaret isn't actually the best idea because you don't actually discard very much to ride up in this deck. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this here, and we're gonna call it Gobrag during the main phase, and we're just gonna go swing pass, I think. Okay. Trigger. That's 3 field triggers out. It's kind of unfortunate, but okay, what is this skill? Look at top 5, grade 3 or less cards. You can even search orders with that. This is actually like a very cursed mirror match. Okay. Okay, so he's putting one there and there. I'm guessing there isn't a way to create a marker yet. Oops. Turn if you left cross, okay. Okay. I was just gonna quick gauge it. Oh. Okay. There we go. give the 10k here. Okay. No guard. $18 and guard that. No guard. I'll take it. I do have to discard for this one, so discard here. This is going to ride, and then look at top 5. Okay. Oops. This is going to be top 5. Add a card. Grade 2 or greater, I think, right? Grade 3 or less card, okay, so 5. Grade 3 or less. So it's literally any of these cards. I almost want to add the Alvin. Do you know it's a Yor marker only? I guess so, yeah. So if I use, I think I just add this to hand. And then the rest go shuffle? Yeah. Any player's units, choose one of your opponent's units, you put an affinity marker on them. Let's see. Choose one of you and your opponent's units. Any player's unit is attacked, your affinity marker, yeah. So he has his here, and I have mine. Can I plant gauge this? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use this skill. We're going to counterblast 1. We're going to plant gauge. Can I plant gauge his? I guess we're going to put another marker on this one to counteract it. And then also here. Yeah, there you go. Let's unplant gauge. How do I unplant gauge? Okay, that helps. So, let's see. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Let's go ahead and call. During this, you have 3 or more infinity markers. I don't have 4. I have 2. So it doesn't get that skill. Let's go to skill. That's going to top 2. 1 to hand, 1 to top. Choose a card from among them. Put it in the hand. Okay. Okay, and then leave it on top. Left on top. Left other on top. Okay, do I even have anything? I just have 3 heal triggers in it, so this card is like absolutely worthless to me. Okay. Okay. What was that? I don't know what happened, but sure. So let's see. This is gonna have to be able to give this there. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so I think we're just gonna operate with this. This is gonna be adding 2k power, and we're gonna go battle phase. So it's just gonna be 3 attacks. Like I have this, but I don't want to use it. And then we'll use this. Counterblasting 1. 10k here and can attack from back row. This is gonna be 28 there. Okay, so we're gonna draw trigger. Not power to Gabre. You can draw. Second check. Nothing. Okay. We're gonna go 25. Yeah. Go 25. skill, Soul Blast. Get 10k. And then we're gonna go ahead and swing in. Okay. Okay. So he's not gonna use a thing. Okay. That's gonna end my turn, I think. Yeah. He's got Persona Ride. He's gonna use a skill. MC front row. Okay. Gauged it. Dark Sting. Oh, he's using Divine Skill already. I feel like that is sus. Okay. Okay, he's using that. This is like the worst and most confusing mirror match imaginable. Oh, he's using Tide Line. Why are you calling it there, though? I guess you can make it attack from back row. Okay, this is actually looking a little scary. Especially since I don't have a PG in my hands. Okay, oh, he's just a marker there. This is 45. 48. I think I'd have to like tank this one and like hope that the rest of my shield can guard this. So no guard here. I know it's 2 damage, but like, oh well, that complicates things. Can that thing attack from back row? Oh yeah, during your turn it can just automatically attack from back row. So that's 3 damage. Second check. Was that second? I thought that was first. Okay, so I'll take. Yeah, it really doesn't matter because I can't even guard this one. But I can do this. I can guard some of this. No, it's honest. I don't think I can guard this anyway, so I'm just gonna take it. Wow. I'll draw one. Okay, that's I'll remove marker just to draw one. Huh? No? I thought I put it on that one. Oh, okay. I mean, okay. 35. It's an easy one. Okay. Yeah. Is he done? Okay. Draw. Okay, is he gonna go end phase? I'm just gonna continue. Huh. So I guess let's fucking... Huh. We'll go... Plant gauge here. Plant gauge there. Okay. Now he does. So this can attack from back row, because I now have 1, 2, 3. No, I don't. I only have 2. Which is why that divine skill is, like, necessary, right? The problem with having Alvins here is that they don't do anything. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't want to test this deck today, if you guys couldn't realize that. I mean, I can deny a PG if I call back Gobreg, but I almost feel like Alvin might be, like, a better play. That's why I don't like this card. To your front row. That's pretty funny. We might end up doing that, on all honesty. Because this is only a 15k attacker, which is kind of sus. Let's go... S. I'll divine. So what's this? Put a gauge here, and I guess we'll put a gauge there. Okay, let's go ahead and play this. EB2. Call back the Gobreg. This one is mine. This one is also mine. So that is plus 2k? 10k? I guess. This one can attack from back row, but it doesn't need to. I'm gonna call this and use its skill. And then our last one is, I guess I can just call an Alvin, right? No, I can't, because I can only make one thing attack from back row. This is at 5. This is my own marker. This is my own marker. And I can call this and use its skill. I can go down to 1. Look at top 2. 1 to hand, right? Yeah, 1 to hand. That's on top. Oh, my Vanguard also does get 10k and a crit. This will get plus 2k on boost. So I guess I have to make Gobreg attack from back row. He has markers here, here, and here. So my idea is this thing is gonna get like neg to oblivion, so that's not a good idea. What I can do is I can... What is he doing? I'm gonna move this one like that, so that the new one is the one with a 5k. And this one is 5k. Swapped. So new one is in back. And then it gets another 5k. Okay. This is very confusing. I think I have everything prepared, but I am also duly underutilizing everything. I think that's good. Go to yes. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start with our Vanguard. Okay. This is skill. Karen Blast 1. 10k here. And that's 48 to Van. I don't think we can kill him here. And I think we just lost. Oh. Interesting. Oh, I have a crit on top. We're gonna 10k here. Crit to Van. Second check. I mean, he kind of deserves a heal here, honestly. GG's. God, this mirror match is so fucking confusing. Ugh. I guess he didn't have a PG either. I'm wondering if I even have PGs in this deck. That was confusing as fuck. But my hypothesis is that Gobreg kind of good in this deck. I think this Gobreg is better than what's it called? Alvin. Because if you notice in that situation, I knew I had a crit on top. So I could have given him all the effects from that crit to Gobreg. Gobreg would have swung in. He had no way of getting his grade 1 out of there. Unless he had played Ghost Chase or whatever. But what am I trying to say? This is what I'm trying to say. I had Vanguard. If he PG'd Vanguard like he was supposed to, I have 3 other swings that are middling in power, honestly, thanks to they would have lost 10k thanks to the marker or whatever. But if any of those attacks hit, if any of them hit, we would have gotten lethal with Gobreg. He would have had to hard guard Gobreg. And honestly, I did get bailed out of by OT there, because I'm almost certain I was dead just because of the double tide line. Which I think double tide line might be really good. But the one thing I don't like about tide line is that you have to wait until turn 4, which is maybe a little sus in this meta. I think Alvin unfortunately does have to go. He didn't do anything in that. The fact that even if you do get 5 attacks per turn, I feel like I'd always rather have Gobreg get that attack. This card I did not utilize at all, but that's mostly because he came in too late. The biggest problem with Alvin is I drew him way too late. That was the main issue with it. This card I think is it helps. Like if you were born a Gobreg off it, you can just pump him up to really high. I think the funniest part with Gobreg would be if they ever have a 0 on board, in which case he becomes literally unguardable. So I think Gobreg is fine. I think Margaret's might have to go, because you don't actually discard very much in this deck. You only discard for Rydek twice. And I was not overly hurting. I feel like I want another grade 1 to replace Alvin, though. It might actually just be worth it to keep Alvin. I just realized right now, Alvin would be 18k attacking from back row. Which, double intercept deals with it. But what do I want to use my last slots for? I don't need soul. I could play a cat. Cat would come in handy. I also play Philander. I didn't see Habitat, so I can't really speak to its usefulness. I think currently we are using enough energy as is, because your ride line uses energy, which is this the first ride line to use energy? I don't think so, but it might be. I'm probably forgetting something, but there's probably another ride line that uses energy. This deck is very, very thinky. Very thinky. So trying to think. Because, like, I feel like this guy would be much better if he's, like, attacking from the front row. He's just an 18k attacker. Call him the early game. It's cool. I'm noticing that mostly in that game I didn't draw any grade 1s, and that felt kind of bad. So what I need is Alvin? Like, this card I think is fine at 2. Because even he didn't need it until, like, Persona Ride turn. And it's another Counterblast. And it's a turn 4 card. And it requires you to use Divine Skill on turn 4. So I think 2 copies of this is fine. 3 copies of this might be a little suspect. So maybe we pump it up to 4. Because at the very least I can call in the early game. If I get too many in the early game, just call more. Rush with them. This card is solid. This card is fine. I could put the Alphins back in, but I mean, in that situation, it didn't need to be Gobreg. I could have just called Alvin Gobreg, and I would have the exact same situation. They're both on the marker. The difference would have been that Gobreg would have been losing, like, power. This also only works on Levy draws. Yes, because of the Infinity Icebergs. I don't know what to put else in this deck. Like, I put in good stuff. I could put back the Margarets. Do I just put back the Margarets? I mean, Sealing Intercept is kind of good. And she's just a body. Put Maple, I guess, but I don't think Maple's good. Not in this deck. Man. This deck is really hard to build. It's really hard to play, and it's really hard to build. I could play like 3 Habitat. But I feel like Habitat doesn't get you much advantage. Like, it finds you pieces, but what if you get like this? Then it's like worthless. So maybe Habitat isn't good. I feel like I just want grade 1s that I can rush with. I could play Prize Trident, because I did technically have, like, CB issues. But getting 5 attack, the same problem. Prize Trident has the same problem he always does. In order to get 5 attacks, you have to use 2 CB. Yeah, I think we just play Regalia's piece. Persona Ride seems fine, but the one issue with Persona Ride is you kind of do want to play this on turn 3 if you have it. But I feel like it's fine. Maybe I can even just play like the fucking Evergreen or the new one. Because I mean, I could also play the new one. Is it Grimdark? Caliburn. Mpex in this deck. It's playable, but I don't think it's good, because if you're playing Mpex in this deck, I mean, Mpex does hit 28, which is different than Mag. Mag, it only hits 23. But I feel like the main reason you would ever play Mpex is for the first skill. Get Resist. This deck, unlike Mag, doesn't have a way to enable it. So I see most people put a grade 1. Yeah, like 28 is a fine number. Like, don't get me wrong, 28's pretty good. But it's also a grade 2 that you really don't want. I know from experience, like, having an MPEX on board fucking sucks. I almost, like, it's a good number, but you know what else is a good number? Gobreg. Gobreg, when attacking from back row, is 22. With his skill, he's 30, which is effectively the same number as 28. So, MPEX is a choice, but, like, the biggest draw to MPEX is his protection ability. And you just can't enable it with this deck. The other thing I'm noticing, which is kind of funny, is like not being able to intercept with from back row. Like I feel like I'm playing Mag. I'm like, oh, I'll just intercept back row, 5k shield. But no, you can't do it with this deck. I almost want to play this for more shields. Like you'd already have like defensive value in this deck, but like. I could play Caliburn for like the extra counter charge. I mean, always the problem with playing order like Regalia's pieces in some Soikea decks is like order cards. Order cards are always the issue. I feel like I want more grade 1s though. Grade 2 Blitz. Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking. Because, like, that's double utility. Although grade 2 Blitz order, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific there. Haha, because there's this one and that one. I feel like this one has a little bit more utility, but you don't ever want to actually pay that cost. Because you actually need energy in this deck, and you actually need CP in this deck. So I'm probably assuming this one. Because it's a 15k shield. And it's a 10k shield, so it's a trigger. So I almost feel like Evergreen might be a little bit better. But at the same time, I do kind of want to conserve Soul for Gobreg. Because like, if I want to use Gobreg every single turn, then, I don't know, it just feels... What the fuck? Okay. Why am I just putting random-ass cards in my deck by accident? We have a 2 of slot, and I feel like I'd want another grade 1. Like, I could just play Habitat. The problem with Habitat, it's not a body. Man, why is this deck so hard to build? Anyways. But yeah, I'll say, like, right now the deck feels really solid. Like, if you see your pieces, like this, I think this card, personally, is insane. Like, what the fuck? You get a Scry 2, add 1 to your hand, put the rest on your top or bottom, and it gets 5k? And it's not limited to, like, your opponent be on grade 30? And it can attack from the back row? But it is turn 4 locked on that back row attack. But this card is insane. I'm not discarding cards, so I can't really play this, and I don't think I would want to because this card is kind of terrible. Fuck. There has to be like something that's good, generically. Like I could just play like a Blitz Warrior. God, imagine if Levidross was a Tear Dragon. That'd go wild. Honestly, like, playing this card just for the energy charge too almost is tempting. But I don't think this deck uses enough energy to justify it. Like, you have enough energy. This is really difficult. Like, I played mushrooms. It's like easy early game rush. Like, you can make an 18k column if you call the butter, or is it Foxhill? Foxhill boosting a token. That's an 18k column. But it doesn't feel good. Do I just put the habitat back? I didn't even use habitat. Maybe I just put the habitat back. Okay. Yeah, this deck feels like it's really good. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Like, I want to take advantage of more good generic Stoicheia stuff, but like, I could play fucking Philander in this deck and it'd feel pretty good. Cause I mean, like, Philander's not bad. Like, I have Revival. It's not good Revival, but it's Revival. I think everything is fine. Like, I could... I don't know. Oh my god, there's so many people. Oh my god. Oh my god. Zorga Ride Line. Then I have to play more orders. I don't want to play more orders. That sounds bad. I guarantee you, like, half the people in this room are fucking testing Levy Dross too. I don't think Zorga Ride Line is good. I don't like playing orders. That's just me. I assume you're talking about old Zorga Ride Line and not new Zorga Ride Line. Oh. Okay. Heads always shreds. Okay, I'll go first. Okay. We got the habitat, so I guess we can check how that feels. We'll put 2 back. Draw 2. Shuffle them up. I'll play that there. This is probably going to be another mirror match. So... Oh god! This mirror match is terrible. I'm gonna discard this. To ride. And then we're gonna use this. We're just gonna go end phase. See, like I said, this is why I didn't want to test this deck today. Oh, he's playing RPD. What the fuck? That's very funny. I mean, I guess, like, it gets pretty powerful. We're gonna no guard here, by the way. Okay, heal trigger. Cool. Draw trigger. Pretty cool. Okay. Right. Send draw. I don't have to discard here, so I'm gonna ride. For free. And we're gonna go main phase. No? G1. Oh, fuck! You right. You right. That's very funny. Okay, so maybe Margaret isn't good for this deck. Okay. That's a very funny interaction. But yeah. I guess let's just play Habitat. So I guess Margaret does have to come out. I completely missed that. Let's call Gobrand. And then I think we just rush. I unironically think we just rush here, bro. We call, and call. Yeah. Let's go ahead and swing 18 or 8. See, he's also playing Gobreg. Heal trigger, power, heal, front trigger. Okay. Okay. Face. That's very silly. But I mean, if I use Margaret, then I can discard anyway. Maybe I can just play like the grade 1. That's fine. I don't care about this. Is he gonna damage deny me? Oh, he's not. Okay. No guard. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Okay. Whatever. Stand, draw. I do have to discard here. What am I discarding? Probably this. To ride. And then... Top 5. Grade 3 or less card. Oh, fuck! That goes on top. Wrong one. Grade 3 or less card. So I just had another Gobreg. No, I feel like I had this card. This card's insane. And then shuffle, right? Shuffle the deck. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and skill. Counterblast 1. I'm gonna put a plant gauge here. And there, I guess. Okay. Just to make things easy. This is attack boost, this is the same column. Okay, good. This cannot attack from back row, but what I can do is call it. But I can't because it's already in this column, so I'm not going to get that skill. So I'm basically just doing nothing here. Alright? Choose one of your back row cards and a turn and can attack from back row. Well, I can't even do that anyway. So I'm just going to call it. I can't use its effect. So I guess we're just swinging like this. Yeah. Like I could do this, but it would get no power, which is a little sus. I feel like we'd rather wait for them. So we're just gonna go battle, I think. We're gonna go 10 there. Okay, gets a front. That's fine. This is at +5. It's gonna get one at +2. Let's go ahead and swing. And then you can attack from back row. Shit. Do I want to use that? I can't use it. So that's just gonna be 28 there. What am I thinking? Alright. 2. Alright, let's go. Bam! I'm gonna put 10k there. Draw, second check. Nothing. Alright, and then we're just gonna go ahead and... Does this already get 10k? No, I didn't give it its 10k. So we're gonna go ahead and swing in 38. Okay. Then we're gonna use this skill. If you're in the same column this one, and you don't counter charge. So this is gonna go to soul, counter charge, and face. And let's unclick. I was about to say, do I have Persona Rite in my hand? I do actually have Persona Rite in my hand. Just add a PG? That's fucking insane, bro. I didn't even realize that. Why did they let this card be legal? um, this is gonna do that. Okay. This is the worst. Like, mirror matching is so annoying. Yeah, see. I don't even fucking blame this guy for taking a little bit, because this deck is very confusing to play. Like, this is like maximum knowledge right here. Okay. Yes, that is the correct place to put it. Okay. Yeah, see, like... Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. He's not adding anything? Okay. Both to bottom. Wait, that's mandatory, isn't it? It says choose a card among them, put it to your hand. So you do have to add something. But it's fine. I don't fucking care. I don't. It's like... Okay, he's going battle. 13. I think I just intercept this. Yeah, let's intercept. No guard here, because I need the damage. Okay, crit. That's fine. 10k there. Crit to land, so I'll take 2. 1, 2. Let's see. Do I care about that? I'll just guard this normally. And then I'll take the last one. Yeah, what I can do is that. I think I just want to guard normally. Like, I feel like I should be wanting to evaporate that and draw. But what I'm gonna do is play like this. Yeah, it should be 33. Oops. Shields. And that'll be 33. Okay, it's stand, draw. Oh, I could discard the marker. That's crazy. But we're gonna ride. Draw a card. We have a PG. That's pretty sick. I guess we're using Levidraws first. So Counterblast 1. Gauge here. And other front row. Yeah. Okay, he's got it. He's got it. This guy knows what he's doing. I think we call this. And then who's attacking from back row? I think Gobreg is probably our best option here, and I can just do... No, I can actually call a second Gobreg. Do I have one in drop? I don't. That's unfortunate. What I can do is... Well, I can Divine Skill here. Put a marker here. Put a marker... here. And then I can call back this and give it 5 and give it 10k. We'll divine here. So what's this? And then to back right. It does it in both players, right? Yeah, back right. Wherever that is, it doesn't really matter because like he can always do the other one. We're gonna play this for EV2. This is just played from anywhere, right? Yeah, it was just played on rear. skill. EB. Oh. 3. Look at top. 2. 1 to hands. 1 to hands. Other to bots. Other to bots. I think what I can do here is I have the CB, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Gobrik back. I'm going to call Margaret and use her skill. Yes. No. Let's go ahead and lock that down. Also, my Vanguard is at +10 and a crit. I forgot about that. This is at +5, also +2. And then I think I can just Angrogaster. Yeah, I know he gets power, just not Order Stuck? Oh, yeah, it's there. No. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know he does. Oh, yeah, it got called from that, so he does get an extra 5, because there's two in this column now. Because these were both placed this turn. This is my one from last turn. And he gets another 5k from his own skill, and then another 5k from his own skill. I think I'm just going to call another one, not use its skill, because it is still a 15k attacker. So, let's see. During your turn, it gets 5k. Okay, what? Called... Oh, you won't? Why not? If you have... You now have another regard. Since... Let's see. It counts on... If you not have the same card name in your back row. Does it... Doesn't... Check back row? It says... If you do not have another regard with the same card name as this unit in your back row. One sec. So you can't have 2 of these in your back row and attack with both of them. But you can have one in the front row. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. But he does get 5k. And then this is going to be from Marker. The one issue I'm seeing here is that I should have, given Gobrik some more power. So he's kind of sus there. Okay. Let's go ahead and go battle. Swing 28. Or 48. Ooh. 2 to pass. 2? Yes, okay. This also gets... First, second, heal. We're gonna give power here. Let's go ahead and... Swing Margaret next. Booster skill, and then yeah, we're gonna use Gobrik here. Can't intercept, by the way. Oh, I also forgot to fucking use the booster. It's alright. Margaret. It counts the ones you place in your opponent's field also. Oh, it does? Shit, dog. I didn't even do that. I can't attack with Gobrik because I totally, like a fucking idiot, forgot to use the skill. Okay, he does heal. Cool. And then 40. Okay. End phase. I want to say we just die here, but we actually don't because we have like 3 PGs in our hand. That's actually very cool about this order. In the same column as that unit. Yeah. It's worded the same as the fucking elephant. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, he's doing markers. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the booster skill. Whoops! I might have been able to, like, kill him that turn. I had the CP and everything, too. Ah! Ugh! Also can't stand. Okay, yeah, okay, there. Okay. So he's just gonna call another one over it. Good. All good. Yep. Bot? Okay. He's adding that to hands. Oh, he's playing it. There are 4? Yeah, so I think it does work like that. Like, don't call 2 fucking dragons, bro. Ah! Oh my god. He didn't forget. I forgot. It's a draw trigger. Oh, yeah. This goes to... I don't fucking care. Oh, he's attacking with that. 25. Huh. Okay, it's extra power. Oh, because it's not a marker. Yeah. I think I want a double intercept here, right? Let me think. Yeah, thinking. Because I have one here, and I have 2 here. I think I'll take this one then. Because I can always neg that. And then guard with it. Take it up. Okay. I was gonna take that one. No problem. Oh. Okay. So, I think I was living that because I had 2 PGs. The problem is I didn't really have a follow-up, did I? Not really. Yeah. Well, if I took 1 more damage, I would run into Persona Ride. But yeah, I think I've had my fill of Levidross for now. Margaret maybe gets the axe. Like, Margaret comes in clutch. Like, I unironically used Margaret, like, pretty effectively, even in that last one. So maybe Margaret does have to go. I don't want to play in Brave Shooter because Brave Shooter is too much energy or CB. So I think this deck is still unsolved. That guy was playing fucking RPDs, which personally I would want to play just because that means I get to play my my secret RPD. But I don't think RPD is really good in this deck. I need to check on this. What is the fucking... Wait, the elephant says in front of, right? I feel like if a card refers to a column, it refers to your column, right? If 2 or more units are in front of this unit. Yeah, I don't know if this counts your opponent. Because it does say the same column. I have to, like, double check on that. because I have no idea. I also like that I played this deck twice. I played this against two people who are playing it twice, and neither of us decided to evaporate our markers. One, because it was super fucking confusing. I didn't want to deal with that shit. That's why I didn't do it. I wonder if that's why they did it. This card is a little bit more solid than I thought it was. Would I play the grade 1 to search it? I think the answer is no. Because I feel like the grade 1 order searcher is better at, like, early game. Like, I don't want to go into my turn 3 and, like, just do things. I think that this Blitz order is definitely fine for the deck. I actually forgot that I had it in my drop zone. So I technically had access to another 15k shield there. So I could have, like, countered that God Break. I could have used my marker to pump it. Actually, it was at 30k? Was that on attack? Oh, it would have gone another 10k, so it would have been like 40. I could have like negged it down to 30. With my defensive, I could have removed this and just blocked it there. This, I think, is fine at 2. Honestly, like, maybe even drop this card, because, like, yeah, but so much better stuff. Like, it's a 20k attacker. Like, I would almost prefer RPD at that point. But I also don't think RPD is good, because it's another non-shield card. Because, like, I don't want to play cards with no shield. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this deck anymore. I think we can fix it. I think the markers do have to go. It's funny as I think the order at 2, maybe I can bump it up to 3, because I think it's pretty solid. Habitable Zone? Or Habitable Zone. Habitat. Pretty good, actually. I actually really liked Habitat there. Can help this deck and is better than... I know, that's so funny! I think you could play Godbreak and Mag right now. One of my utility things, you can actually play Godbreak and Mag with Nectar, because you can use the Stride Fodder Dragon to get it back. So it's not like the worst. I never officially tested it out. I went more defensive route, but if you want to go offensive with Mag, you can definitely play Godbreak there. Gnosla, I don't think is playable in this deck, unfortunately, because you need 3 CB to ideally use Gnosla, because you want to use 1 CB for Levidraus. You need to use 1 CB for attacking from back row, and then if you want to pass another 30k, assuming Gnosla's on a marker, that's another CB. That's 3 CB. That's just unmanageable. Like, I know it has a counter charger, yes, but the counter charger can only do so much. Like, you play Prize Trident. Like, if you really want to go all in, you could go Prize Trident, Gnosla, 4 copies of counter charger, Habitat to see them, but it feels like kind of gimmicky at this point. I don't think it's good, is the problem. Alvin is, I feel like, the next best card after Godbreak, but I think Godbreak kind of cements himself as a good card in this deck. Because, like, everyone's going to keep grade 1s on board, except maybe Varga? Varga, like, it's grade 1 retires or something. And I don't really think they keep very many outside of that. But everything else is going to keep grade 1, which is all Godbreak really cares about. Godbreak just says only 0s. He's like Quinlay. Not really, because you can guard with grade 2s, but who the fuck's guarding with grade 2s? RPD, I mean, Ranker Chain and Habitat Engine help with consistency stuff. Yeah, because, like, the grade 1 doesn't do anything. 15k with 2 crit. I don't think RPD is good enough. Like, I'll be honest, like, it's funny, but, like, RPD in anything other than Zorga is just a little bit too gimmicky. Like, I feel like if you want RPD to meet its maximum potential, you gotta get those 2 skills. You gotta get the 10k, you gotta get the crit. Because, like, without the 10k, the crit is not as good. Like, 15k is, like, that's a 5k guard. Like, but, like, if you get the 10k, okay, yeah, now it's hitting, but it's just a regular rear guard. And I feel like you have enough stuff to, like, make your board. Because, like, this card is insane. It just gives you free advantage. Inlet Pulse is still on my naughty list. I don't ever want to play Inlet Pulse again, unless it's Maelstrom. or maybe Flagberg. Because I have been burned by Inlet Pulse way too much to ever consider him. He just draws you into more Inlet Pulses, and then he's Inlet Pulse. Like, give me one second. Like, I am no hater to Inlet Pulse. Draw its pieces. I mean, I had an easy time drawing to my stuff. Like, I feel when you have everything at 4, you can see things enough, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my experience. Look, like, I love me some Inlet Pulse, and I have my SPs somewhere, but this boy right here, these 10 copies of Inlet Pulse that I have in my hands, that I'm considering using as energy markers, I think that is probably Inlet Pulse's best use. Use him as an energy marker, an energy card. Inlet Pulse is just too bricky. He is past his prime. He can go in Flagberg. Draw its pieces. I think. Yeah, I feel like seeing my pieces is not that bad because realistically you have 2 pieces in this deck, right? You have this, and you have that. These are the only 2 cards you need. This card you don't even need to turn 4. This is the only card you desperately need at turn 3. So I think maybe we even just played like 4 Habitat, or yeah, like the other thing I'm thinking about is the right line. Like, I feel like maybe I want more Grade 2s. I almost want to cut the rare, because the rare doesn't feel like it does anything. Like, I know it's at 2, I know I didn't see it, but I feel like I always just want to use my CB on this, or on this. And, like, this is to prevent you from being damage denied. Because, I mean, theoretically there is a world where you go Levy Dross, swing rear, put this as soul countercharge, and then swing Levy Dross. And then you can give something else 10k and attack from back row. You can do that with 1 damage. And I feel like this card is good to have, but it's not necessary. Like I said, you can't use it until turn 4 to attack from back row. But the first skill is absolutely insane. Yeah. Like, the deck almost builds itself, but there's, like, so many flex slots that's so hard to fill. Ugh. I also don't want to play 4 Habitat. Because Habitat is in the same jail as Inlet Pulse. You draw Inlet Pulse, feels bad. You draw Habitat, feels bad. I still need, like, 2 more cards. If only it was, like, something I use retire, then I could play, like, Maple. You just like playing Maple in this deck. I mean, I could play Grade 1 Maple. Reborns itself. Like, maybe we do just play Impex. The problem I'm seeing is using this card on the first turn, not that card, this card, is a little bit sus. I did consider Dim Darkness, because Dim Darkness I think is a solid card. Yeah, I think Dim Darkness is solid. The problem is you can't really use it on turn 1, because you need to keep the Grade 0 in Soul, which is something I just learned. But I feel like you'd always be playing Dim Darkness on turn 2. And I feel like specifically for this deck, Habitat is better to play on turn 2. Because technically, you do have Gobrek that uses Soul. Although you're not, it's 1 Soul per turn, literally nothing else uses it. I don't want to add more non-shield, which is the other thing that I'm just like, the other thing that's like hurting me here. I don't want to add non-shield. Play Margaret or Florence. Mill 2 cards. Bam. Terrible. This card is terrible. I don't think I ever want to add any more grade 3s. I feel like grade 3s are past their prime. No. This card would be very funny. I feel like this card would be funnier than RPD in all honesty. Honestly, like, Mpex hitting 28 by itself is kind of cool. I don't want to add more order cards. I can't add this because it's too many resources. This is also a funny option, but you're never going to be able to use the second skill. You're just getting a 20k attacker. 30k technically. Which is fine. Like, maybe Mpex is the way. Like, I'm almost Mpex pilled right now, bro. This is another option, but I don't think it's good. These things are also options. But the problem with them is you can easily get damage denied. Like, if you go, call this, use skill, and then they're like, okay, swing at this, you're fucked. Because you can't even countercharge. Because you need 1 CB. Which is like, I feel like these cards are so good, but I can't find any good Stoicheia decks to put them in because everything fucking needs CB. What about the Boost Dragon? I mean, it has the same Margaret problem. Actually, it doesn't. Because you have to be a grade 2 or greater. But you also don't discard with anything else. Shadow Cloak. What does a grade 2 do? Absolutely nothing. Man. This is very sus. Did my music stop? I'm just realizing that now. Okay, there. Alright. This is like the worst feeling ever. Trying to find those last 2 slots. If I just put Alvin back in, but I feel like there's so much more that wants to attack from back row. Maybe I just put Alvin in for now. Because he's at least there and he can attack in the early game. I mean, he's only hitting for 18. And like I said, that gets countered by fucking double intercept. But I guess like it gets double intercept out of the way, so it's not bad. Two maple. Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about, but like, we already have enough board making, right? Like, it's not that hard to make a board. I mean, sure, you commit a lot of cards from hand, but you do also get a lot of advantage from this deck. Like, you don't have to discard to write up to grade 2. You have this card. So, like, I feel like this deck almost makes enough advantage. And that's what frightens me. God. It's a discard one. Call it its rest. I mean, my problem with Maple mostly is you already have a good front row. And you're not retiring rear guards for anything. So she doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, I could always just Blitz orders. I know I say Blitz orders are bad, and they are, but I don't like Blitz orders. There's nothing that's free. There's no free Blitz orders. Ugh. I mean, I can also cut this card for like 2 more Alphen, but I feel like I'm almost running low on grade 2s. But at the same time, like, you can fish everything out of the deck, and it's so good, and nothing needs to be placed from hand. You know what? You know what I'm thinking? I have an idea. So, someone said consistency is a little bit of a problem for this deck. We have Habitat to help that. And we also have Order that calls things back. So I'm thinking, for my last slot, what is a card that I can call in the early game? What happened to my camera? Why did it turn off? What happened to it? Hold on. How long is my camera? Okay, my camera fucked up. It's... What happened to it? I don't... Let me try activating and reactivating it. How long has it been like that? Huh. I guess we just lost camera. That's fine, I guess. You guys can still hear me, so that's all that matters. We also lost chat, which is interesting. There's chat. What if I... Okay. I don't know how to bring my face cam back. It literally just turned off. Anyways, I guess I can finish with my little ramble. Okay. What is a card in Stoicheia that you can call in the early game, is good in the late game, helps you find pieces, assuming that you can have revival, and it's also an 18k in most situations, in a lot of situations. Of course, I'm speaking of our good friend, the one, the only, Philander. Because the way I see it, you can call Philander in the early game, rush with him. You also deck thin 1. It sucks if you try and call Philander off Habitables or Habitat. That sucks. So don't ever do that. Just hard draw the Philander. Every time. But, like Mpex, Philander is a 28k attacker. Assuming you can get everything in the drop zone and whatnot. He also gets cards in the drop zone for you, which you can use your order to revive. So, assuming I'd have to like check back on the VOD and see how often I got to 10. I feel like getting to 10 is feasible. Probably not turn 3, but maybe turn 4, which is when Philander is gonna shine. So I'm putting Philander in this deck for now. I'm not gonna test it today because I am sick of the mirror match, and we're gonna wait like maybe another week until people hop off this deck and stop being cringe like me. I'm the only one that's allowed to be cringe. Yeah, only me. But we're gonna put Philander. I feel like he meets a lot of my criteria. He's a very good card, and he might be what I'm looking for. But that's gonna have to be saved for another day,
unfortunately. Because we're probably going to be stopping stream here. I got to find out what the fuck happened to my camera. If it fucking died, that's really unfortunate because it's a new camera. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed stream. This is going to be Carbonite.